Hey, I'm downtown Rossi Brown, beloved comic of Charleston, South Carolina. I'm going to do some snacking and yakking with Big Ben Kennedy.
Downtown Rossi Brown in the house,
Yes.
or studio as it were. Welcome to Snackin Yakkin. This is Rossi Brown. We have mentioned you on a previous episode, and now we get to meet you on the, I believe it was either Liam Clancy episode or it was the Stan Shelby episode. I can't remember.
I know, yes.
But I was headed to your event. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm going to Rossi's thing, or I saw Rossi last night, whatever it was. I forget on the timeline where exactly it happened. But you have been mentioned on the show. So now you get to put a face to the name.
To the name.
To the name. And good to see you, man.
Good to
I'm
see
so
you
happy
too.
you got to do this. After seeing you live there at your little benefit, as it were, I was just like, I gotta have him. Like I already knew you from open mic nights, but I was like, I gotta have him on the show.
I'm so glad you came by because I hadn't seen you in a minute. So, like, to see you pop up was awesome.
And I bought front row too. I bought VIPs because I was like, Rossi needs more money. I'm going to buy the expensive seats.
Support Rossi. That was a cool benefit of Wits In. That was so nice of them because, like, I have sickle cell anemia, so
There
I'm
you
like
go.
going through procedures and stuff like that. Gonna get a hip replacement next year, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So they were like, let's just go ahead and give them help those medical bills because I broke my foot one year. It was the first time I ever broke anything.
Now, does sickle cell impair healing?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's
because, like I said, I know a little bit about. I know crises as a paramedic.
yes.
I've taken sickle cell crises to the hospital and different things like that. So I do know how that goes.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I guess, the long-term effects on, or like how diabetes impedes healing or whatever have you.
It's pretty much similar. Like,
Really?
Yeah, because you just heal slower. You just because sickle cells like a lack of oxygen. Your cells are sickled, they're not shaped right.
Yep.
So you don't have as much oxygen. You have half the oxygen. It just takes your body longer to like replicate and heal and
Gotcha.
all that. So like a normal recovery period, I just add on a couple days, maybe a week or so.
Got you. Yeah, I was just bragging because I burned myself on an oven.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, burned it good.
I see that.
I hit it. I was broiling something and I reached in and bzzz.
I hate when that happens.
But this is, this, if you can even see it on camera, is like a week and a half ago, maybe like not even 10 days.
Yeah, that's
I
not...
heal that fast. Like it goes, and I don't know how. I think because I swam in the streets of New Jersey. It rained real bad one summer when we were vacationing in Wildwood, New Jersey. And when it rained, the streets were flooded and everybody was like, we should go for a swim in the streets. I'm like, do it. Maybe we should go underwater. I'm like, I will.
You really did?
I think I caught. I think I got a microdose of everything on earth.
Yeah. You probably
and I'm
got
just invincible.
You probably got like a hepatitis vaccine from the
Correct.
water.
Right. But then working in the medical field, I got the series too. I got the vaccine. So I'm just like, and I'm really immune.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna
doubled
go.
up.
I'm not gonna go tongue kissing prostitutes or anything, but like I feel like I'm immune.
You've got the boosters.
I got the boosters. That was like when I was 15 or 16 years old. Yeah, I did. I went underwater in the streets of New Jersey, Wildwood, New Jersey.
I could never do. I could never. I remember there was one summer that summer vacation. We all had super soakers. We had super soakers. I got one. I finally went outside. I'm playing with the super soakers with everyone. A week later, bam, pneumonia. How did I?
So they shot you in the face and it went down into your lungs.
It's just like I don't know what happened. But in the middle of summer, I got pneumonia.
That is wild.
I've had pneumonia probably 10 times at this
point. And I have to be honest, I don't think I've ever had it once. I've never had the flu. I didn't get COVID when it came through, and I worked in the medical field.
Oh, wow.
So if that New Jersey thing isn't true,
that's got to actually have something to it.
I'm just one of those people. I mean, knock on wood.
Yeah,
and they were speculating typo positive people or typo negative, whatever. Typo blood types weren't as susceptible to it, and I am, and my whole family is, all four of us. So it's like, I guess that means something, I don't know. But anyway, not to. Well, I'm healthy. Sorry about your luck.
You're like a real life Wolverine.
That's what
you
they
just
call.
walk through
That's what
radiation.
they say. The X factor. They say I have the X factor. But now for the sickle cell thing, so you say it impairs the healing and everything like that. But I was there when they cut you the check.
Yeah.
For what we raised for you that night.
Yeah,
so what did
cool.
everybody raise for you that night?
It was $2.5 grand.
$2,500.
Yeah.
How great is that?
It was nice. I'm I'm definitely paying down my credit cards to get ready for when I'm get the hip surgery.
Right.
And I got to order Uber Eats because I don't want to
Correct.
stand up and cook.
Correct.
I'm not doing. I don't want to do it when I'm healthy. You telling me I gotta will myself to get up and go make salmon?
The worst. I love salmon too.
I
You
know,
spoke
right?
my language. Man. I
know,
buy
right?
bags. I have bags of frozen salmon in my fridge at like all times. And I sit here and I always debate. I'm like, so what is sushi grade? I mean, what is sushi grade?
Sushi grade?
Because I'm like, I could eat this raw, right? Like, I love sushi. I love salmon. And they're just like, well, it has to be
Is it
caught
raised?
and frozen and blessed by a rabbi. I don't know what the freaking...
I don't know if it's in like a farm, like a sushi farm.
Right, if it's farm one or if
something,
it's like from the ocean. Like, there's so many rules to sushi. But I'm like sitting here thinking, you mean to tell me some little hole in the wall down here ain't just buying the stuff from Costco and thawing it and slicing it up? I mean, I feel like they are. They have to be.
I imagine when I hear sushi grade, like that jeweler, like with the thing with the little scope, looking at pieces of sushi, like,
This is sushi grade. You know,
this one is sushi.
This
grade.
one is sushi grade. This one is not. He's
Nice
gotta have that voice
try.
too. He's gotta have that voice. He can't just be like, this one is not. He's gotta be like, this one is not.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm a big fan of making salmon, like
Yeah,
fish.
heck yeah.
People, I have a coworker who like moved down here from up north, New Jersey,
There you go.
does not eat fish, does not rock with fish.
See, I am
in
from the Mid-Atlantic
slightest.
area. I'm from Baltimore, so we did summers in New Jersey and summers in Ocean City, Maryland. But I love seafood. Love
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Like, how could you not?
Right. Well, down here, a lot of people don't, surprisingly.
Yeah, that's weird.
But
to me.
the main seafood down here is oysters, right? Or yeah, oysters.
That's cool. I get that. That's like
they do the oyster roasts, and then
that's an acquired taste. Is
yeah, I mean,
oysters.
where I'm from, the Chesapeake Bay, I mean, it's blue crab all day.
Oh yeah,
you
that
know?
makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, and then you can get lobster, not necessarily from the bay, but you can get, I don't know, maybe I don't know why Charleston's kind of funny about their seafood.
We're
It's
big
very-
on crab though. We're big on crab. We
Down
like
here?
oysters and crab. Oysters for sure.
Yeah, but you guys do the freaking king crab. You do the giant legs.
Yeah, I don't know who's on with that. That's something that I think that's the last like 15, 20 years or something.
Doesn't
'Cause
that
it used
come
to be
from,
blue
like,
crab.
Alaska?
It used
Yeah.
to be blue crab. It used to be all blue crab all the time. But
And
I
then
don't
they just
know.
got huge. Because that's what your low country boil consisted of, was blue crab, right?
Yeah. I blame 2000s. I blame Amazon, I blame Netflix, I blame AI. I just blame the new generation. Like blue crab used to be like a local thing until globalization took over, and now everybody wants this king crab boil with the huge, crab legs and all
Yep,
that.
I totally know. Well, before my mouth starts watering thinking about crab from back home, let's go ahead and dig into the snack that you chose for this episode
I
now.
love that.
I'm so glad I asked you early enough in the week to obtain this.
Yes.
Because you said, "Oh, I'm done. I'm all about these limited edition spicy dill
Yeah.
goldfish."
It's an acquired taste,
And
but
I'm like, "Oh, cool. That's probably easy to find." Target out, Walmart out, Food Lion out of the regular size true little goldfish.
probably because of me. Because when I go to Target, I'll buy 5.
And I ordered them online. They said there were 2 left. Then they go, "You ready for your curbside pickup order?" Because I ordered the stuff that I have for my next show too. And they go, "Oh, by the way, 2 things were out of stock." And I'm like, "Let me just guess." So I clicked on the email, the 2 bags of goldfish that I bought. So you stole them out from underneath of me.
Yeah, I always get a bunch of them.
But these are the same flavor. And I believe these are just simply larger and thinner, maybe. They're more like cracker type.
Okay, England.
But let's get into them. Let's find out.
Okay, England, your crisps. we call them cookies and we call them crackers. All right.
Actually, they are the same size. You want me to get that for you?
No, I'm just gonna rip it.
No, don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Yeah.
All right, you good.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
they're the same size, but they're puffier.
Okay.
They're not P. Diddier. Look at that.
No
See,
P Diddy.
That's all
Nice
it is.
Try.
They're just airier and crispier, but they're still
Okay.
goldfish.
Yeah, this is a goldfish, just a little bit bigger.
But I have not had this flavor, so you tell me if it's living up to the other ones. Are the other ones a lot more flavorful?
The other ones don't have as much cracker to it, as much flour and whatnot. The
Okay.
other ones have more spice because they're smaller.
That sour got me in the throat.
They're sour. They're much more sour. Listen, I don't know what it is.
Well,
a lot of
thankfully,
people don't
he also
like
asked
it.
for Fanta. The Five Nights at Freddy's Fanta was not what he was asked for, but asked for Fanta. And he's going to tell me any flavor is fine.
Any flavors.
I ain't falling for that trap. Like, I'll show it with grape Fanta and watch what happens.
Don't do it. Blueberry would have been just fine.
I saw pineapple. Was it pineapple Fanta?
Pineapple Fanta was my go-to when it came out.
Yeah, I think it was pineapple, grape, strawberry, and orange. And I was like, am I setting myself up for him to totally just mess with me? Like, oh, so why you think it's got to be strawberry? Like, I don't know enough about the Fanta culture amongst African Americans or black people to go for this.
We're not supposed to rock with Fanta.
Really?
Well, Fanta has Nazi ties.
Does it now?
Yeah.
Okay, disclaimer, he requested it. He requested Fanta. I did not.
That's my bad, guys. I'm not even supposed to say that, but like I hate to break the story, but yeah, that's
Wow.
their roots were in like Germany during like, the war.
That's crazy.
And it was a drink that the Nazi side invented.
What? See, I always thought from the like Latin ladies dancing in the Wanna Fanta, don't you want? I thought it was like a Latin American drink.
No. Yeah.
This is deep, Rossi.
I know. I hate to
Deep.
say that. I hate to say that because I drink Fanta all the time. I'm a hypocrite. Yes.
That is
Obviously,
so
apparently.
great.
But like, where else am I gonna get like that orange or blueberry, the pineapple?
Yeah, I mean,
They really nailed it. The Nazis. No, I'm just kidding.
but
Their sodas. Ugh.
as I started to say, feeling like I was trapped, definitely fruity flavored sodas outside of the orange scope are definitely more black. Like than that. I grew up in Baltimore. I
Yeah.
speak from like seeing firsthand. I'm not making stuff up. I'm not some Southern guy who's like, well, the black people, they're fruity sodas. No,
Mm-mm.
I know the truth that like fruit flavored sodas are just not typically like, I mean, we like a cherry limeade or something, but typically white people are just like,
Mm-mm.
nah, we're cool, like orange and maybe Sprite's about as deep as we go down kind of like the fruity route.
No, we're getting like my after school. My friend and I would go to this Piggly Wiggly
Okay.
and get their Piggly Wiggly brand strawberry soda
See?
and their grape soda. Okay, they're strawberry and their particular Piggly Wiggly, not everyone else's. I'm not gonna drink any old grape soda or anything. But it was Piggly Wiggly brand that we had to have. And after that,
Wow.
yeah. And after the pig closed over there, we were like, I don't know.
Yeah, we still have one here over towards the mall.
Yeah.
But I think that's like it's like a private, like it's like a franchise. It's not the Piggly Wiggly. It's like a franchise
Okay.
where you got to keep the name. But it's really, if you
Oh.
go in there, it's pretty much just a food line probably. But it's got a Piggly Wiggly name or something. I don't think it's like a part of the organization
It
anymore.
had to be Piggly Wiggly strawberry soda. It had to be.
Gotcha.
Had to be Piggly Wiggly grape. Had to be.
That like I said, I grew up I grew up just outside of the city most of my life. And my observations are my own. Don't try and come cancel me because you can't, because I'll murder me. No, I'm just
There's
joking.
nothing you can
There's
do.
nothing
to me.
you can do to me
Yeah, I remember
that I can't do to myself.
Yeah.
Well, I said that to Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
said to Sarah, Megan.
You guys were talking about the pizza. Sarah just starts shit. Okay, let me just say it first and foremost.
Yeah.
She was like, I want pineapple and ham.
Oh yeah,
pizza.
because it's pineapple. Yeah, I want ham and pineapple pizza. I like it because it's controversial. She's a
Yeah.
little shit starter. I
She's a
wouldn't
little
disagree with that
shit-starter.
statement.
But I like to tell the story. Like, I was telling her this, and I was telling other comics, like the younger ones, because she's like a baby. I was like, I was there.
You sound young.
I sound young, but I've been around.
How old are you?
I'm 41.
What? Now that doesn't make any sense. I don't believe that for a second. That's crazy.
That's totally a black people thing again. Once again,
Yeah.
did it again.
I
Son
can't
of a
deny
bitch.
that. Hey, okay. Only because you're the second black guest I've had. I had Stan Shelby and now you.
Stan Shelby's actually 89 years old. I'm just
Right. I think we got into how old he was on his episode. I can't remember now, but it's coming out. It's
And
coming out next week or something in this like it's chronology. They know I'm about a month out. My listeners and viewers know.
I'm gonna reference it then. Stan Shelby, when I started comedy, he gave me the nickname Downtown Rossi Brown.
Really? And this was Joe Pasta days?
This was Joe Pasta
days.
Nice. It was an homage to Downtown Julie Brown.
Yeah,
you know,
MTV.
The MTV VJ. So I'm thinking, that's awesome. Everyone should know that, but like as time went on, kids don't know that. The new comics are like, why are you called Downtown Rossi Brown? Do you live downtown?
No.
Have
you ever? No.
I don't even like hanging out downtown. I only go there to work, to be honest.
I go in there for one thing. It's called the Apple Store, and I am in and out as fast as they'll let me.
I go downtown for my money, and then I go back home to West Ashley where they accept me.
There you go.
But yeah, they don't understand Downtown Julie Brown was a VJ. Then you got to explain MTV. MTV was a channel.
Yeah, it was a channel, and
they played music.
It was like a radio station with music videos. Instead of DJs, they had VJs, and they had blocks of programming where, like a radio station, each block would happen. There was 5 VJs. And they each had about 2 to 3 hours apiece, like a drive time radio show. And they would interview guests. Everything about it was simply FM radio on cable television. And then it just went wrong.
It went reality TV.
It went to one reality show, which was Real World.
Real World, yeah.
And it actually, if you want to count it, it was the kickoff to reality shows. It kind of was the first.
I think it did.
And all they did was kind of expose what it was like to be a young adult in New York City. That was kind of the kickoff, was a young and typically an aspiring something. One person wanted to be a rapper. One person wanted to be a model or an actor, or it was like 6 young professionals in New York.
It was like influencers before you had the influencers.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then they said, well, that was fun. We ought to do it again in a different city. Well, that was fun. We ought to do it again in a different city. But here was the problem. Once they started doing it in different cities with people who weren't from anywhere in that city, it started getting a little weird.
Yeah.
Where they're like, well, why don't we get 7 strangers together in a house? So you have this house in New Orleans where the people are from Alaska, Japan, like North Carolina. It's like, why in the world? The whole thing was trying to understand.
I think in the
New York people, right? Like
in the first season, they had to like work and stuff, right? And they had to like have a job, or they had to actually do.
I think in the first one they actually did have jobs naturally.
Yeah, they had to do.
And
things.
Then they made it like a freaking dorm, like a flop house for like a couple of seasons,
like
and then finally they were
alcohol.
like, we need to get them like out there doing something for the community.
Yeah,
you remember that?
For a moment, it was just infinite alcohol. It was just them in a house. They didn't have to work, just booze.
Yeah,
that
was. Still, I watched it of our time, you and I watched it because it was garbage TV for me.
Yeah, it was like turning our brain off. Like,
yeah. I mean, we watched the Real World Road Rules Challenge. That's so flipping hard to say. That's why they stopped calling it that. They call it The Challenge. But we used to watch The Challenge when it was called something different that I can't say anymore. Sign of the times. But yeah, and we would laugh at it, and we all got together on it, and I never auditioned for it, but a buddy of mine got on briefly on one of the episodes because this guy was an aspiring stand-up comic.
Ooh.
And so one of the guys we knew was going to go over there to teach him to do stand-up or something. So it wound up being, was it DC? No. Where were they at when Matt went on it? I can't remember.
Man.
San Diego, maybe? But, no, Vegas. So he got in trouble.
They went to Vegas. Their best season, though, Hawaii.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They were just going crazy places at one point, yeah.
Wasn't that Tech and Ruthie and all that stuff? Tech Holmes?
Ruthie, yeah.
And Ruthie, that was a wild season. That was fun. Well, they have a cattail, and Matt, thinking he's going to be funny, starts doing this. And I mean, the sound engineer was like, don't do that. Like, he found out real quick that it's like a production. Like, sorry, not everything is gold, kid.
Oh, man.
Like, you don't do that. And he started realizing, like, I don't think this is what I thought it was. He wasn't even on a show, but like an episode. He went to the house. He met the housemates. He met the one who was going to do comedy. And then later that night, they all got up to do a comedy show.
So they're working. They're like really working.
Well, the kid was just trying to be a comic. I don't think he did very well. I don't know how they wrote the story, but Matt was on there for like 2 seconds, and but he said he got in trouble for
Goofing around.
touching the because he's thinking, haha, this will be funny for the and no.
You don't invite a comic and tell them stop doing that. It'll
Right.
be funny.
The producers had kind of like shut them down to do anything other than almost what was scripted without being scripted.
Well, that's how you make good TV. Shut people down.
Right.
Don't let them be funny.
Right. That's how you make good reality spontaneous TV. Is corral them into the storyline.
Man, reality TV really did have a stranglehold on us. The Simple Life,
Mhm.
the Osbournes, Real World.
I mean, the Osbournes, nothing about that was real. I don't think a thing about it. There was a daughter who was there who they didn't have on camera.
Yeah, that daughter, I saw her in like an episode one time.
And she was blurred out.
Yeah.
So she was like, I don't want to be a part of it. So how in the world do you film around a child or a teenager who doesn't want to be a part of the show?
They just go in their room or something?
Right.
Crazy.
So if you're capturing their real life.
Yeah. How does she eat dinner with you guys?
Correct. So they're like, all right, well, everybody eat dinner and then you guys stick around. We're going to shoot this scene.
You guys are going to
That
the
just
movies?
kind of proves that it's like
Yeah.
not real. Because it wasn't like she lived with someone else or she stayed away. No, they literally filmed their stuff while she like walked in another room.
She was in the background, blurred out. It was so weird.
She didn't want to be anything a part of that show.
Huh. Well, this is a sensible thing, though. I mean,
She's probably the one who's got the most sense, though. She's probably real normal. I'm joking.
Yeah.
And the kids seemed like they turned out okay.
The
You didn't
kids
know how
are
it was gonna
okay.
turn
I
out.
mean, you really should Google Kelly Osbourne, though. I don't know if you've seen Kelly Osbourne in the last couple of years.
No way.
You will not recognize Kelly Osbourne.
Really?
Yes. Kelly Osbourne has completely morphed. It's like an anamorph or something. She doesn't even look like old Kelly Osbourne.
Does she like her mom?
She looks like just a random AI generated influencer.
Oh, wow. She definitely changed.
She definitely changed. She doesn't even look like a real person anymore. I'm not trying to be mean. Something happened.
Your shirt, man. We love the shirt.
The Keith Haring. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
That was a youthful thing. That was on PBS when I was a kid. I grew up with the PBS a lot. Like,
Yeah, me too.
And they would like use his art in the bumpers in between shows.
And they used them actually they used some of it in MTV too. The bumper for the Run DMC Christmas. And they were dancing. Yeah. Well, it was all New York City. It was all NYC artists, NYC rappers.
Oh, that's crazy.
They were real big. I mean, MTV was hugely New York centric in our childhood. Well, in my childhood, your later year or my later years, your childhood.
My teen,
maybe
tween to teen, yeah.
But yeah, so we really liked his artwork. And I'm so shameless. I'm shameless. I pointed out your shirt because we do love Keith Haring. I like how the sleeve's autographed too, like the logo. Yeah,
so cool.
But also I did that so I could point out my shirt.
Yeah,
that I sell.
Oh yeah,
on my website, snackinyakkin.com/shop.
I can't wait.
snackinyakkin.com/shop, and it comes out today, and I hope you pick up one. They're in a lot of colors, a lot of sizes.
I'm gonna get one.
The logo, which it's nice to show off the shirt, but right now with this and this over my shoulder, the redundancy has to be damn annoying.
It's a promo day. It's a promo. It's like a soft launch for the shirt. So.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one.
It's the second one that's out right now. The other one that's out is the cartoon logo of me, and it's got Snackin Yakkin, but it's not this one. It's like a little 50s style, like Bob's Big Boy version of me.
Yeah.
You'll have to see it. It's pretty stellar.
I can't wait to be on stream and on like playing games with my friends and then see me wearing that shirt. You know me, man. Snacking and yakking. That's how I
but
do.
nobody can guess all of the things that these are inspired from.
Oh,
They've been changed a touch, but
Okay.
all of these are from different snacks.
Butterfinger. I see the Butterfinger in right there at the very end.
Mhm.
That one caught my eye first, right off the bat. That's
Yep.
my favorite. Snickers up top. Oof.
You know what though? It's fine because like
I could get them.
I mean most people have gotten close. There's about one or two that they can't get. And I sit there and deviously just laugh to myself like, whoa.
Did you sneak something in there that nobody eats, like Charleston chew or something?
Oh God, no. I was very polite. I was very polite in that all of them are things that you could get now.
Okay.
The one that I will give that is a little is this.
Yeah, that's got like a 50s vibe to it.
That's old school Doritos.
Oh.
The Doritos used to have an eye like that. Doritos had a logo that was almost like chain letter, like kind of like this, like segmented letters, and one of them was that eye. So that one, if you get the taco Doritos right now, they have that old school.
Okay.
So that's that. That one I'll give to somebody.
I wouldn't have got that yet.
But yeah, the rest of them. But like I said, they're not exact because copyright. They're changed. Each of them have been changed a little bit.
You know the
enough.
origin of Doritos?
God, what is it going to be? Like one of those things where it preventing kids from masturbating or something? It seems like every origin story of a snack or a food has to do with like Christian kids beating their dicks.
This one isn't so bad. This one isn't so bad. It was like, so they came from not Disneyland, but they came from like a chain restaurant near Disneyland, like a Del Taco type thing.
Okay.
And the workers, when they would make like tortillas or the circle one,
Tortillas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say it. I failed Spanish. Don't worry. Don't come for me. I failed it. I'll be honest.
But tortillas, you're talking about when they would do the press and everything?
Yeah.
I think that's just tortillas.
And they would like have them ill-shaped and they would have to chop off the sides. And they would have these sides and they would season the little ends. And that's a CEO or like some marketing guy came in there and they would season them. So they would have these little triangular things in a bag seasoned, and he tried some, and that's how that happened.
Oh, man, that's wild. When I found out, when I was a kid, I don't know if you ever remember, when you found out that, like, everything you loved was owned by, like, 5 different entities only.
Yes.
Like, when all of a sudden you started paying attention to that little logo on the back of things.
Yeah.
You were just like, what? You know, where this is Pepperidge Farm. And you're like, but wait. That's the weird cookies in the little narrow bag. And then you find out Goldfish, because they don't even have their name on them anymore. It doesn't say Pepperidge Farm Goldfish.
Oh, wow, they don't. They used to.
Right.
That's the Mandela effect right there. They got us.
That's true. That's true.
They got us.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you start to think about it, and then you're like, Frito-Lay, just the all-encompassing everything that Frito-Lay is. Because you know Fritos would come from it, and Lay's potato chips. But then you just find out everything is like Frito-Lay.
It's like P&G, Procter & Gamble or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like owns all of it. It doesn't matter who you go to.
The first thing of this show, the first iteration of Snackin Yakkin, Ike Smalls and I co-hosted. Big Ike.
I love Big Ike.
I love Big Ike. Is one of my favorite people.
He was
love
one of the
man.
first comics I met, like him.
He's the very first comic I met in this area.
Yeah.
He is
Michael
so
Clayton.
sweet.
Yeah.
We used to do trivia, and the penalties sometimes were like to eat like freeze dried or like dehydrated crickets and stuff. Like we had some really weird like things. Well, one of the questions was about like what company owns this, that, and the other thing, and we found out, I think, was it Nestle? Nestle brands or something. I mean, from cosmetics to snacks they own something like 450 companies. I wish I were exaggerating, but I think I could even be coming in less. It's insane. And I was always taught that like you can't monopolize things. Like you can't have a monopoly.
What happened?
I don't think that's the truth anymore.
Well, you just break it off into like umbrella corporations, and then like technically this like LLC of Taco Bell owns this, but like, you know, KFC owns this, even though it's all owned by the same company, and that's why in the same restaurant.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you don't have what was the one that I was just thinking of? You said Taco Bell, and then I started thinking about Taco Bell. Man,
Taco Bell,
so
KFC,
fat.
they're in the same thing now.
They are. They're
I eat a lot. Like people give me a lot of crap.
No, because they told me before we did this.
No.
I said, I'm gonna have Rossi on there, and they were like, "Well, what snack did he choose? What snack did he choose?" I said, "I haven't really talked to him yet," and they're like, "Yeah, because he doesn't eat."
No, that's
yes,
not
what
true.
he said.
That's what everyone thinks, but I'm like a little possum or raccoon. I like to take my food to a little hole and eat it in private. I don't like. Everyone's like, "Let's go get something to eat," and I'm like, "I don't want to. I'm gonna eat crazy." Like,
So you're trying not to show off the fact that you go at shit like a shredder, like a chipper, like a wood chipper.
I eat so much. My friend Emil was hanging out with me the other day, and he was like, "You're eating again?" Because he was hanging out with me all day, and I was like, "Yeah, I just eat a lot. I just try not to. I go home first."
You ever seen the movie Unbreakable?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I'm the opposite of you. I could eat less and gain weight, and you eat more and lose weight. We're the opposite sides of this spectrum.
Technically, because of sickle cell anemia, I have a higher caloric need because the body has to make blood cells.
Well, see the sickly Sam Jackson, and they never get sick Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
That's who we are,
That's
dude.
who we are. I'm thin. I got that need to eat all the time.
My
That's me.
gosh.
I'm Dr. Glass. I literally am, though.
Oh, my gosh, and I'm unbreakable.
I like it.
That's crazy.
To take it back, though, I got to finish this. I tell a lot of young comics like Sarah. She talked about that pizza. I was there when stuffed crust pizza came out.
Oh, yeah, same here.
It wasn't always around.
It was not.
They don't know that.
They do not.
They don't know that. They just assume it's always been like my friend's daughter. Just assume it's always been cheese in the crust. Nope. That had
And
to
I
be
told her I
invented.
couldn't believe that it took this long for Domino's to do it. Because I was making them when I was in my 20s at Pizza Hut.
Papa John's did it in the 90s.
Yeah. But I remember when it wasn't a thing. When I was a kid, it wasn't a thing.
It wasn't a thing back in the
And
80s.
not Pizza Hut, but Papa John's. It was Papa John's or Pizza Hut had introduced it.
Papa John's.
And they were talking about
I was
turning the
there.
pizza around.
Yes.
Turning the pizza around. You're eating the pizza crust first?
Yep, I remember that ad campaign right
Uh-huh.
there. Yep. Hell yeah,
Turn it
I
around.
was there, man.
Turn
I
it
saw
around.
it all. Pizza in dough, cheese in the crust.
Yeah, cheese in the crust.
Cheese in the crust.
It's gonna have you. It's gonna change everything. And people were turning the pizza around and eating the opposite way. And my poor little ADHD, OCD, bordering on Asperger's brain was like, "No, you don't eat it like that."
You
Like I would
don't.
lose my shit.
I was like, wait, we got to the moon back in when?
It's
And
one of
y'all,
my-
y'all had crust and cheese this whole time.
It's true. You have the cheese and the crust this whole
This
time,
whole time, y'all had them both.
and you never thought to put. That's okay. So when we invent things, like it just has to be out of sheer laziness or somebody else's ambition not to make it a thing, because it had to have been a thing. Somebody thought to put cheese inside of the crust.
It's necessity, man.
So really,
We
what
needed
you're
to
waiting
flex.
on,
We needed to flex to go to the moon.
right, exactly. We need to show Russia
Yeah.
what was up.
Mm-hmm.
So if Russia was like, we're thinking about doing something revolutionary with pizza, we'd have been on it.
We would have
We'd have had stuffed crust in '63.
back on Leave It to Beaver or something. We'd have had stuffed crust. Beef would have been eating stuffed crust.
Right, exactly.
But, we had to wait until, like, Nirvana, like, Kurt Cobain died before we got stuffed crust.
Right. Kennedy would have been said, "Ich bin ein stuffed crust," Not
Imagine.
jelly donut or whatever the fuck you wound up saying by accident.
Changes-
Berliner.
Changes the whole timeline.
Butterfly effect. Somebody told me that, by the way. Who told me that? Somebody said, "Oh, yeah." I think it was my buddy, my partner buddy. He goes, "Yeah, that's like that Ashton Kutcher movie where everything keeps..." I said, "Or Ray Bradbury."
Wait, is that where they took it from?
Yeah, Ray Bradbury. The butterfly effect.
effect?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, Ray Bradbury. It's based on that, that story, that,
Okay.
that writer. And actually, if you look, when he goes to college, it's Bradbury University.
No way.
Yeah, the pennant on the wall says it.
Shit.
So everybody's like, oh, they act like that Ashton Kutcher movie was like mind expanding. It's like, well, you should have gone back about 50 years before that. When that guy in 1940 something wrote this amazing idea that, like, if you step on a butterfly in the prehistoric era, you would change everything. So it's pretty interesting when you think about it. But everybody remembers it from just being a movie. But that's funny because it's like, no, that's Ray Bradbury. Yeah.
Bradbury. I had the DVD for that movie.
Yep.
And I watched it with my sister. My sister's a little younger than me. So, like, we watched the DVD cut.
Mhm.
And, like, in that movie, spoiler alert, like, if you didn't see it 20 years ago, but he goes back in time to kill himself in the womb
Mhm.
in the DVD.
Yep.
Like in the real
He strangles
theatrical
himself
one,
with
he
his
just
umbilical cord.
yeah. In the real one, he just tells the girl to go away. I don't want to be friends with
Yeah,
you. But
I
he
hate
like
you.
kills himself in the womb. And
Well,
and we watched that. My sister was like, she saw the real one. She was like, that real one sucked. It was soft.
well, the thing was he was the reason why that girl would never have a
a
normal
good
life.
yeah.
So he figured I have to stop me was the deal.
Which
But
is,
then
makes so
he
much
was like,
sense.
if I just get rid of her, if I just get her away from the bad things and I can fix her life and then I stay away from her. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
So, but how drastic that you would feel like you have to kill yourself in the womb just to make sure that this girl you loved had a.
we saw that one first, and we were like, "Whoa, this movie is heavy."
It's really, really dark.
We
really
saw it,
dark.
we were like, "Whoa!" But I'm gonna read that book now, Ray Bradbury. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. This whole part will be censored up a bunch for the YouTube. The podcast will be fine.
Okay.
But for the YouTube, if I bother to put the thing about the butterfly effect on social media, it's gonna be like beep themselves, beep themselves, beep themselves,
Yeah.
beep themselves in the womb.
Oh yeah, because you can't say you gotta unalive yourself. Nowadays.
Yeah.
Well,
It's all right.
we have drones that like attack people,
Right.
but we gotta say unalive. What is happening?
That's true. That's true. I mean, it is what it is. You know, it's what he did. But like I said, I'll make a decision. I'll
Mhm.
make a decision. Maybe.
That's so hard for you. Like,
Oh
the social
no!
media
In
aspect.
in editing, though, it is what it is. It's part of the job.
Yeah.
But I just want us all to reach as much of an audience as we can. I mean, I'm in the same boat as all of you. When I bring you guys on, you guys are so wonderful to do this in the beginning when this show really isn't like huge. It isn't much going on. It's in its infancy. But you guys kind of come on this thing not really knowing, what it's going to be or what it could be. But I hope that I can just make us all look a little more famous together, like you guys share clips, I look good and you look good and it just continues to do so each time you guys come back on. Because, I mean, right now, you're doing what I knew was going to happen organically, and I'm so happy it's happening.
Just
Like,
talking
we
about-
started talking about Liam Clancy during Michael Clayton and I's episode, and now I had Liam Clancy on. And then we talked about
Stan
you
Shelby.
on Stan's episode,
Yeah.
and then you're talking about Megan. Megan talked about apples. This is exactly what
yeah,
I
see?
wanted because
cascading effect.
it's
yeah.
true. This is the scene. When you're fortunate enough to be in a comedy scene and you can have an avenue like this to get everybody together on.
I love it. It's real art, as opposed to like now. I just watched a video about AI. Like Vogue has AI models. Vogue has
Right.
AI models. So like AI has come for everyone's job.
I wish I were good enough at CGI that I could just be like, well, truthfully, and then just like in post just turn me into something completely different.
But this is art. You can't make AI can't do this. Like it can't make jokes about like Nazis,
That's what I said to. I can't make jokes about Fanta Nazis.
which is true. That's why I say I feel like a hypocrite because I'll buy Fanta and I know the ties, and I'm like, I'll never buy a BMW. I can't afford a BMW. I can.
You will not
afford
see me wearing Hugo Boss behind the wheel of a BMW, but damn it, I will drink Fanta.
I will if they get a blueberry pineapple. It's over.
We get blueberry pineapple BMW. Done. Blueberries and watermelon? No. What is it? What's the middle one? Blueberries. What would be a
Pineapple. Well, I always go to
no.
pineapple.
If you go BMW, if it stood for something.
Blueberries, blueberries, melon. No, mango.
Mango? Is mango a black thing?
Mango. I think I'm making it a black thing because I love a mango.
I like mango too. I like
Yeah.
mango flavored stuff. So I'm not sure. I don't know if the super not racist, but like the people who
I just let's be
would
real.
assume mango was a black thing.
It wasn't a thing in the hood. I didn't have a mango
Right.
until I was a grown ass man. I'll tell you
It's
that
not
much.
exactly that kind of fruit. It's not exactly cheap
I
either.
didn't even know how to
God.
cut it. I was like, there's just a weird pit in here.
I once saw a mango that looked like Seymour from
The Simpsons?
Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh.
I mean, it was shaped just like it, and I didn't buy it,
Mm.
but I should have. But this was before
Just
the
the
time where
toast.
you could sell Jesus on a piece of toast.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Everyone's got a gimmick now.
yeah. If I would have bought it, I could have sold it. And what was that golden nugget or whoever that fucking the gambling sites, they used to buy those things just to get
Oh,
themselves in the news.
Yeah.
So you could really get, I forget what it was called. What was that? Real popular back in the day.
I don't know.
Golden. I don't remember.
I
But
don't
they used to buy, somebody would go, "Oh, look, it's Jesus in my toast."
Yeah.
And then they would reach the radio stations and everybody would be talking about it for a half a minute. And
then
then
you'd see it on eBay too.
they would buy it for $45,000 and get themselves in the news. So that's
That's an eBay scam.
Yeah.
That eBay scams have been around forever.
So what are we going to do when I win the $1 billion Powerball tonight?
I meant to play the Powerball.
I did. I played it.
Oh,
So what happens when I win and I turn this show into something that, like, I'm not gonna have you kids on? That's
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. No, I'm joking.
You're gonna get okay. Now
I'm gonna move it out to LA and I'm gonna have real people. No,
now
I'm
we
just
got
joking.
Jimmy Fallon and John Mulaney on here.
I would love to get. I'm not so sure about Jimmy Fallon, man. He's annoying the shit out of me these days.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know
like
who's the better one? I like Jimmy Kimmel.
Kimmel.
Kimmel's so
Yeah,
good.
I would love
Kimmel-
to have Kimmel on.
Kimmel and Fallon is the like Letterman and late Leno of.
Yeah, definitely. Is it something about the Tonight Show though? I'm not sure because Conan didn't have it long enough for it to change him to kind of a cornball.
Conan was so good. Why didn't you
Yeah.
just give it to Conan?
I don't know.
Conan got me. I want to say Conan got me into comedy because I would watch his his show, and
Right.
it was just so good.
Oh, I loved his absurdist and his characters, and man, his humor was just, it was right for our time, man.
I would watch that on the phone with my friend and Mad TV because Mad TV would come on Fridays nights.
Yep.
And my friend and I would be on the phone and watch it and just laugh. Yeah. I think Mad TV got me into it.
Yeah. I liked Mad TV. I liked Will Sasso.
Mm-hmm.
I've always liked Will Sasso.
Will
though.
Sasso's still good.
He really is.
He's in stuff today.
Yeah. And then Alex Borstein.
Mm-hmm.
I kid you not, it's as racist as it is, to this day, I still go, okay. I still do Miss Swan shit.
He
And
looked
I,
like a man.
I still quote that damn
Yo.
skit. And
It
it's
was so-
bad.
it
It's
was-
not good
It
to
is-
do.
It would not read today.
No,
it
but I
would
still,
not air.
I say, okay, I tell you everything. Okay. I do. And then, like, when somebody tries
And
to
we
act tough,
died.
when somebody tries to act tough, I go, oh, okay, you big man, okay. Like, I always
Yeah.
fucking talk him down by
Yes,
acting like her, and I don't
yes.
know why I do it.
And we still do it.
I do it all
It's
the
hard
time.
because like that was part of our culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but so many things like that, like, it's hard for me because, okay, I grew up, like I said, in Baltimore. One of the things that was big was the black market tapes, was the movies where somebody taped the video screen,
Mhm.
and like Mystery Science Theater 3000, where
Yeah,
you'd see
somebody would
people
walk-
moving around and people
I used to make
laughing.
those.
Really?
Allegedly. Sorry.
That's so funny. I used to buy them, because it was a way for me to get to see movies. And I saw many movies, but what it is the movies that I saw, you see Juice and Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice, and like all these movies that like my mom or like kind of I wouldn't feel comfortable seeing in the theater. That's the way I got to see them
Mm-hmm.
at my friend's house who were black, got to see it with them. So I'm molded by a lot of that early weigh-ins and early, like, kind of humor like that, and I can't quote that stuff in my everyday life.
Especially, did you guys get like the deaf comedy stuff?
Of
tapes and
course,
stuff?
yeah. I remember Martin Lawrence, man.
That's where he popped.
That's
off.
how I knew him, was the host of Def Comedy Jam.
Man.
I knew him from Def Comedy Jam, and then I knew him in House Party 1 and 2.
Yep.
And then he got Martin, and I've seen every episode of that show.
Yo.
Every episode.
Okay.
Like I said, it molded a lot of my, like, kind of sensibility for, like, humor and timing and things like that. I just watched the outtake today of Cole fucking flipping everybody off and losing his shit.
Yeah. The one where he curses.
Yeah, I love that. I
Mhm.
love that,
But I watched that coming up, like as a kid or whatever, tween or something.
Yep. Because I remember Cole when he was Cockroach
Mhm.
on The Cosby Show. Like I said, I was not
Yeah.
kept from black culture growing up. It was 100% a part of my life. But then it's like I moved to here, and I get people are leery.
It's so weird here.
Well, people are leery because they assume that like I'm another Southern white boy. And I'm like, no.
You're just like a Southern roots guy.
Correct. So they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
you got to watch out for those big corn-fed fucking racist fucks.
They got to hear you talk.
Well, right. Once you start hearing me talk, it's like, do I sound like I'm from around here?
No.
Right. So I want to talk to you seriously though about your show. I want to make sure that this gets out there into the ethos.
Cool.
You impressed me, man, because like I said, we've only seen each other in open mic nights at that point, and you hadn't seen me for a while, and then I showed up.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're doing open mics, and a lot of times we're working on things, and you, though you're not young, you seem like a young little guy who's just starting out with this stuff and all, but you've been doing it a while, and you're also 54. And
every time he goes up.
he goes up. But you made Stan Shelby 86.
I was like, Stan Shelby is an octarian. He's 100 years old.
So so bringing it back down to your real age, you're in your 40s.
Yeah.
But I remember I wasn't feeling nervous for you. And I'm sure you had the goodwill of a show that is for you.
Thank goodness.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But still, dude, your material and your presence in a headliner spot, regardless, you killed it, man. You crushed it. I was super impressed. I had no doubt in my mind at all that you could headline, close out any show. Because seriously, that was fantastic. I mean, you really went up there, and your shit about Quidditch, your shit about Harry Potter.
Oh, the Harry Potter, yeah. I gotta say something
God,
about that,
that might have been the hardest I laughed all night. No offense to everybody else. I mean, everybody was plenty funny. But that got me good.
I love that joke, and I have to get it out there as much as I can because Harry Potter's back. They're rebooting
it.
Yeah, and that's a part of the joke. Like they're making Snape black. So I'm like, Harry Potter. That's a weird move because he's the teacher of the dark arts. It's not gonna read good. And like the whole joke, like I hope no one bites this, but like the reason I wrote that was like I can't wait to see Slytherin's drum line. Like that was what that was the seed, and I just wanted to build the joke.
Oh, that is so great, man. And that's what I'm saying is you can't steal it now. It is in this. It is in this show. It is in this. I will SEO. I will search engine optimize the shit out of these episodes. And if they try to, I'll be the first to go. Why don't you rewind back? Why don't you go check back in 2025 when Rossi Brown was on my show and said exactly that?
Yeah.
So get on with yourself.
And that show was really good because we've been doing it for a while. And
all of you, yeah. Sarah was on the show and Tim Heckel and everybody was really, really, I mean, really great.
But it was a chance to put everything together for me and like have a good fleshed out spot.
Mm-hmm.
So I did get to record some of it.
I saw you hanging the camera up in the back.
Yeah. So I got some of that. I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Like that's the hard thing. Like I don't know how you do all that you do.
Oh, with this?
The editing is the hardest part to me.
It is.
It is so,
it's not easy.
It's painstaking.
I work 24-hour shifts. So I just got off work this morning.
You still do the EMT thing?
Wow. Still a paramedic. I got off work this morning and took a little snooze, had some lunch, got everything together for this show. Tomorrow I'll have off, and I'll get to finishing up the episode that drops on Monday while getting this video uploaded to the,
hustle
you have
culture.
to just kind of
hustle.
You have to make sure you do all your things. It's a lot of work, but I think worth it because, like I said before, I just want to make us all look, I mean.
I think we all have talent. We all have talent.
We do. It's a very good scene. Very good scene of very talented, very funny people. And if I have this ability to be a good-looking podcast, you know what I'm saying? Like you can go on a bunch of podcasts, and no offense to the podcasts in this area, I hope to be on them. I like Liam Clancy. I like anybody who's doing anything. I would love to stop by and see them.
But this is like a lab. I feel like I'm in the lab right now.
This would be like what's going to make you look like you spent time on the Rogan podcast or spent time on some of the bigger names because I didn't want to half-ass it.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I did something right.
This is work. You're doing
and
work.
That's what I want for us. And it's as much for me as it is for you. And I don't claim that I'm big shit. Like I'm going to get you any more exposure than anywhere else. But at least you like look good doing it, and that's all we want to do. We want to look good.
We're making art, which is the big thing. Like everything now is going to be like algorithm and AI created, but
And that's what we
humans
got
making
back to.
things.
Right.
Yeah.
Who was I explaining that to? Was it Stan Shelby? It was somebody, but I explained that like graphic art, AI can't replace that entirely because you can tell that AI 100 times, I need this here, I need that there. I was joking around and I wanted to do this thing where I was like, hey, give me a fire extinguisher and put it in the person's hand.
Mhm.
And then I moved on and I said, actually, let's do a door. And then the door had a half a fire extinguisher sticking out of it when I never asked for the fire extinguisher. So I was just playing around with AI just to see what I could create from it. And it still has a long way to go. But even so, AI, Siri, all of them, they don't take commands perfectly.
No.
Whereas if you tell me what you want, I'm going to do that. And then when you say, hey, can you move that over to here?
Yes.
I'm going to do exactly, if I'm worth my time, if I'm worth my weight in artistic talent, I'm going to do what you want. And then once I know personally what you like, the next time you want to hire me to design you a t-shirt, I say, do you want it in the same style? Are we developing like the Rossi Brown style?
Yeah.
And you're like, do it the same way, but we're going to do it like this. And then I do it and you're like, man, it's like he knows me. But that's what AI is trying to do, but I don't think AI can do it. It's just, I don't know if it ever can, because there's something about that.
People are flexible. People
are flexible. The vernacular changes.
Yeah.
There's nothing that, like.
We can bob and weave through things and create. And art AI really can't. It just reads whatever is popular.
Yep.
And it just copies whatever's been done.
Right.
And a person can create something new.
That's it.
But, give AI a couple times, because a couple years. There's models. I looked at a magazine in Vogue. They're using AI now, and you can't tell the difference. Like at first you could say like the hands or something, but now it's over. It's over, man. We have to make real art. It has to be stuff like this.
And like I said, I mean,
yeah,
I told everybody, if you want to do this, you can mock everything, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's why I feel comfortable that like I'm not going to meet any harsh competition anytime soon, because it's a lot of work to do what I do.
You got a studio, so
right.
That's a hard. First off, that's a barrier for entry for most comics. Most comics have like an air mattress. They're not gonna make it. That's just how comedy works.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'm not any better than anybody else. Like I said, I would love to go on their podcast. I really want to have my piece. Oh, pardon me if I spit on myself. My piece of this scene. Whereas I might not be a big comic in the scene, but at least I have the podcast of the scene.
Yeah.
So I think I found that this, as much as I'm still going to get out there and do shows and stuff like that, and I have one September 19th, which would have already passed. Never mind. Your episode's after that.
Oh, okay.
Poop. Anyway.
What are you doing, though?
I'm going to play the VFW.
All right, nice.
Opening for Roland J. Moore.
Whoa.
Doing 27 minutes. 25
Roland.
minutes, and then I did 25 minutes in front of Andy Forrester at Honky Tonk. It was really great.
Okay.
So I do those shows. I'm kind of like just we'll edit this part out, but I do like I have a lot of time. I feature, headlining stuff. I've been doing a long time. So doing those open mics is kind of hard for me, and I'm just never comfortable at it because I have so much material. It's kind of like, I don't know if I'm working anything new or just pulling from something. I have like hours of things.
I think that's what it is, though. You don't really always make anything new. You really pull from old stuff and just kind of zhuzh it up.
Which sucks, because then it's like, it's just old stuff, So the open mic's not fun for me because it's a bunch of other comics hearing some old shit.
No. Old stuff can be fun though. Like I have a joke where I intro myself and I like try and hype the crowd up and I say like, guys, I have an announcement. I'm off the market. I'm off the market, everybody. Everybody's like, yeah, love it. And I'm like, yep, thank God for that 13th Amendment. Little fella named Abe took me off the market back in 1865. So like that's an old joke. Like that was a joke that used to be like, I'm off the market, do the factory recall. I'm off the market, do this and that. But then I finally like found a way to make it land.
That's cool, man.
I
That's
had
really
that
good.
for years. Yeah.
Oh, so like I said, I mean, that just I like doing but like I said, as much as that, I thought, and Stan Shelby and I were talking about it, and he was like, I think this is like your thing. I think this is gonna be like the thing.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, because nobody else is doing this. Nobody else can really do that. I don't think we can do this. You know, you
Honestly,
really
yeah.
are doing a lot, and I'm doing a lot.
Yeah.
Like 3 camera setup. It's on every podcast. It's everywhere you get your podcast. This is available on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio. It's available everywhere.
You're reaching out. You're getting people from outside of Charleston. You're getting like these people that are like telecommuting in, like the Zoom.
Yeah.
Zoom made everything. The lockdown did kind of change things. We can kind of like, we're global now.
Yeah. So like, guests, if you want to be on this, reach out to me.
Yeah.
I use Riverside.fm.
Nice.
Good service. Nice camera looking, good audio. And I don't have to tweak a little bit on my end to make it sound really good or look a little better. And I do.
Riverside. Okay. Riverside. We'll get a sponsor one day.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Riverside, if you see this, you know what time it is.
But no, Rossi, you've been a great guest. This happened much like Michael Clayton and I's episode, where as much as I tried to get him to talk about like comedy and his career, and but we wound up just talking about like
we're just chopping
everything. We're just chopping it up, right? So it's like, and I can tell you this with all sincerity, much like Michael Clayton and much like many of my guests, we'll just continue this the next time you come on, because there's absolutely no reason not to have you on again. No reason not to have you on as soon as possible.
I'm gonna
because I had
stuff.
a genuine blast. And going back to what I said, you're headlining or you're doing shows. I want to be there. I just can't wait to see what you do, because I mean, you really, in just the small time that I've seen you, it just gets stronger and stronger. And like I said, I had a tiny bit of nervousness for you, but as soon as you got up there, man, you had such a great presence. You owned it. And I was like, and I know that video's got to be great. I mean, you crushed it. You really did a great job.
It was sold out. I was really surprised.
Oh, yeah.
It was sold out. Like, the city loves comedy. We have our own club here, too.
Yep.
People love
Wits End.
Our scene.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, please, if you get a chance, I'm going to the wide right here. If you get a chance, this man, Rossi Brown, downtown Rossi Brown, however you say it, it's Rossi.
Yep.
BROWN. Is that just Rossi Brown on your social medias?
It is actually Rossi R. Brown.
Rossi R. Brown.
Yeah, I use my full legal name. I have no fear.
You're like, come at me. Come after me.
You know where to find me. It's Rossi R. Brown
Rossi
on
R. Brown.
Instagram, on like Twitter, whatever. X,
very cool.
Whatever they call it. And I don't.
Nice. All right. Well, that'll be on the bottom of the screen, the beginning and the end of this episode. But I just definitely wanted an opportunity to have you on here. I'm so glad I had you on here.
Thank you.
I want everybody to just check this man out, everything he has to offer. If you're in the Charleston area, he is one of the past, PASSED, past comics at Wits End, which means
featured house comic.
Right, which means he's pulled up for the weekend shows. So when you come to town, or when you're in town and you see one of the big name acts like Bobcat Goldthwait come through, or somebody like that, guys like Rossi and other of the past comics, they'll be the ones opening for those people. They're kind of pulled from, he's in the pool of people who get pulled.
Yeah, I'm so jealous, though. Michael Clayton, I think, opened for Doug Stanhope.
Oh.
I think that was Michael Clayton. That was...
He opened for Mick Foley, too, when we were there.
Mick Foley, too.
Yeah,
Man,
we were there.
Michael Clayton gets all the good gigs.
You know what? He's not allowed on this show anymore. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? Michael Clayton rescinded.
You're doing too
good. Revoked. You're doing too good. Rossi.
Give us some time, Michael.
No. But thank you. And thank you for hanging with me. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This was Rossi Brown. We did some snacking and yakking.
Yes.
Interesting.
Spicy.
I'm going to be having the most wicked burps later.
I love it spicy. I love it spicy.
Spicy and sour. Spicy dill. But still, I had a blast hanging out with this man right here, and you'll have a blast watching him do comedy. I'm going to take care. I mean, I'm going to get out of here. Take care. I love you guys.
Love you guys.
Bye.
See ya. Snacking time.
Hey, everyone. Would you like to be one of those photos you saw in the frame behind me on the show? or one of these names that is scrolling up the screen right now. Maybe you'd like to listen to a weekly bonus podcast with me and my daughter, or another weekly bonus podcast with my wife and I. Well, you'll find all of this and more at patreon.com/Snackin Yakkin. Memberships start at just $5, and every penny helps all of these shows go. So thank you in advance for your support. And now, click one of these 2 videos here. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because we are so far from done doing some